Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Om Shri Saraswatyai Namaha. Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Shri Ram Ram Jaya Jaya Ram. 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 Jaya Jaya Ram. Jaya Jaya Ram. Om Ramaya Ramabhadraya Ramachandraya Vedhase Raghunathaya Nathaya Sitaya Pataye Namaha. Om Shri Ramachandraya Namaha. Atulita Baladhamam Hemashailaabhadeham Danujavana Krishanum Jnaninam Agraganyam Sakalagunanidhanam Vanaranamadhisham Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Raghupati Priya Bhaktam Vatajatan Namami. Om Shri Hanumate Namaha. Om Dhyayami Chinmayanandam Gurudevam Mahamatim Premapurnam Kriyashilam Sada Lokahiteratam Kripalum Sundarakaram Samartham Satyadarshinam Vacha Tattva Prakashinya Shoka Moha Vinashinam. Om Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. Om Namah Shri Tulsi Dasa Sadvarishtaya Dhimate Puritam Hridayam Yena Rama Premamrite Name. Om Shri Tulsi Dasaya Namaha. Hari Om. A very, very warm welcome to all of you. On this calendar New Year 2025, I wish you all a very, very, very happy, harmonious and healthy year of 2025. I also invoke the grace of Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra Ji, Sita Ji, Lakshman Ji, Hanuman Ji and Param Puja Gurudev Swami Chimnyanand Ji and of course the entire Parampara. And may all of them bless all of us to have a wonderful, deep, reforming, inspiring, uplifting year all through. Having said that, we will now enter into the Ramayan. Bhagavan Shri Ramchandra Ji, he explained to her how Raja Dasharatha has given him the kingdom of forests instead of kingdom of Ayodhya, to which we saw how Kaushalyaji was extremely disturbed. Ayasudehi muditamana mata. Hey mata, please give me permission to go muditamana, with a happy heart. Jehimuda mangala kanana jata. It is that joyful blessings which will keep me happy at the forest. Jani saneha basa darapasi bhore. Anandu amba anugrahatore. Whatever may be the condition, your blessings will give me lots of ananda. Therefore, please bless me. Barashachari dasa bipina basi karipito bachana praman. I will go and spend. We also saw the beautiful expression chari dasa, 4 and 10 years. He did not say 14 years, which appears too long. And then not even 10 and 4. He said 4 and 10 years. 4 appears to be little short, and then 10 years, probably in a feeble voice he might have told. And then he said, I will stay there and I will come. Karipitu bachana pramana. Through that, I will be fulfilling the orders, obeying the orders of my father, Raja Dasharatha. I paya puni deki haun. I will come back and behold your feet. And then, Manujani karasi malana. Please don't be sad. Please don't be dejected, depressed at heart. Because I am going, I will come soon. Thus he said. However meticulously, however articulating his words may be, mother is mother. We will see what is her response. Bachana binita madhura raghubar ke sarasam lage matura kar ke सहमी सूखी सुनी शीतली बानी जिमि जबास परे पावस पानी कहीं न जाई कछु हृदय विषादु मनहु मृगी सुनि के हरिनादु नयन सजल तन थर थर कापी माजहि खाई मीन जनु मापी धरि धीरजु सुत बदनु निहारी गद गद बचन कहति महतारी तात पितहि तुम प्राण पियारे देखि मुदित नित चरित तुम्हारे राजु देन कहूँ शुभ दिन साधा कहेऊ जान बन के ही अपराधा तात सुनावहु मोहि निदानु को दिन कर कुल भय कृसानु निरखि राम रुख सचिव सुत कारनु कहेऊ बजाई सुनि प्रसंगु रही मूक जिमी दसाबरनि नहीं जाई भजन विनीत मधुर रघुबर के भगवान श्री रामचंद्र जी with gentle, polite and very sweet words, with a smile, mudita mana we saw, with smiling face, all that what he said, sarasamalage matura karake, but all of them pierced like an arrow in the mother's heart. Naturally, you may cover up with lot of sweet words, but the fact does not remain. The fact remains the same. Whether you tell it bluntly, whether you tell it politely, whether you tell it harshly, fact remains fact. And sarasama lage matura karake, it pierced like an arrow, and it disturbed the mind, the heart of the mother. Sahamisu kisuni sitali bani. She was very alarmed to hear such a, decision by the Raja. And she turned pale. She was absolutely struck. Jimmy Javasa pare pavasa pani. You know how she was struck. The example here is there is one Javasa, otherwise it is called Yavasaka. This is one more name of that technical name, but in the Loka Bhasha, Javasa it is said. Like the Javasa plant, actually all growth, the plant kingdom, they grow very happily, joyfully when there is rains, isn't it? The rains come down, they nourish the roots of the plants and they grow so beautifully, happily, dancing, etc., etc. But this is one Javasa plant which the very drop of water, immediately it dries away, it dies away. Very, very astonishing, but that's a fact. You see, you will have to accept the Prakriti's niyama. She dried away the moment she heard these words from Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. Her heart was, totally dried away. Kahina jai kachu hridaya bishadu. Her agony, her pain, her disturbance was Kahina jai, it cannot be described. Manahumragi sunike harinadu. And it was like, a female deer. Female deer. It heard a lion's roar somewhere, not very nearby. Somewhere it heard the lion's roar, so the deer, the female deer, it was totally shattered. What is going to happen henceforth? Nayana sajalatana thara thara kampi. Her eyes started, pouring tears. Incessantly. And her whole body was vibrating, trembling out of fear. Majahi khai meena janumapi. It was as though, the very, very interesting example. The fish in the water is beautifully dancing, and when it comes at the top, because of the rains, there is this water bubble which rises on the surface of the pond or lake or whatever it is. The fishes are there, they are dancing and playing. They come up, and when they see that, that bubble, it goes and eats, tries to, gulp that bubble, and it is so disappointed. Why? There is nothing in that. So it is so very disappointed. Similarly, Mataji was so disappointed listening to the news. Dhari dhira jusuta badanu nihari. Then slowly she held her, herself, and recovering from that shock, slowly she turned towards her son. Why? In that shock, she didn't know where she was seeing, what she was seeing, etc., etc. And now she collected herself, composed herself, turned towards her son, and with, very, very disturbing words, very broken words, very, like how I am speaking now. She is unable to get the right words to express to Bhagavan Sri Ramchandraji. Tata pita hi tuma prana piyare. My son, you are the dearmost in the entire universe for your father. Dekhi mudita nita charita tumhare. Every moment of the day, at all times of the day, he constantly, consistently, continuously wants to see your face. He cannot survive without seeing your face. Rajadena kahu subhadina sadha. Morning he said he is going to install you as the Yuvaraja of this Ayodhya. Kahe ujana bana kehi aparadha. Now suddenly you come and tell me, I am going to the forest as directed by my father. What is the offense? What is the crime that you have committed? Tata sunavahu mohi nidanu. Hey Tata, my dear son, please tell me. It is a mystery for me to, I am unable to even understand what is happening. It is a mystery. Please explain, why did all this happen? How did all this happen? Ko dinakara kula bhayo kusanu. It is as though the complete, the dinakara kula, the entire solar race was burnt by a ball of fire. Please let me know. Nirakhi Rama Rukha Sachiva Sutta Karanu Kahe Bujhai. Now, Rama is also kind of moved by Kaushalyaji's grief. However, politely he might have told, grief is grief, pain is pain, one has to go through. And Ramchandraji saw the eyes of Kausalyaji, which was so disturbed. The heart could be seen in the eyes. Seeing Bhagavan Ramchandraji is, a little, just was wondering what to say next. Sumantra's son, we don't know his name, nowhere the name is mentioned as far as I have seen, but Sumantraji's son, Sumantra we know, the minister, his son was accompanying Ramchandraji when he came here. He immediately understood. And Karanu Kahevu Bhujai, with very, very, very soft voice, Sumantra's son explained to Kaushalyaji the entire episode of how it evolved to this condition. Suni prasangu rahi mukha jimi. Suni prasangu. When Kaushalyaji listened carefully to the entire episode, she was struck with grief. She was dumbfolded. Dasa barani nahi jai. Her state of mind can never be expressed, can never be explained. Tulsi Dasi continues. Rakhi na sakai na kahi sakajahu duhu bhati ura daruna dahu लिखत सुधाकर गाली खिराहू विधि गति बाम सदा सब काहू धर्म स्नेह उभयमति घेरी भई गति साप छुछंदरी केरी राखऊ सुतहि करऊ अनुरोधु धर्मु जाई अरु बंधु विरोधु कहूँ जान बन तौ बड़ी हानि संकट सोच बिबस भई रानी बहुरी समुझिति अधर्मु सयानी राम भरतु दो सुत समजानी सरल सुभावु राम महतारी बोली बचन धीर धरि भारी तात जाऊ बलि कीन्हे हुनी का पितु आयसु सब धर्म कटीका राजु देन कहीं दीन बनु मोहिन सो दुख लेसु तुम बिनु भरत ही भूपति ही प्रज ही प्रचंड कलेसु. The mother's heart, Hai Ram, who can ever describe? Who can ever express that pain which she is undergoing? Rakhi na sakai na kahi sakajahu. Look at the condition of a mother. In fact, may I here remind, in every house, in every society, community, it is always the mother who takes the brunt. Exceptions may be there, but exceptions prove the rule. It is always the mother who has to take the shots. Meaning what? She has to be like a shock absorber in the house where she takes all the problems of life, all the inconveniences of life, all the pain and suffering of life, yet show to the family that nothing much has happened. We can, move on, let us go on, it is okay, fine. But she takes everything in her heart. That is the glory of womanhood. That is the glory of motherhood. And what more, this is much seen more and more in our Punya Bhumi Bharata rather in the other places, because the fanciful life of other places may have turned the direction of their vision. But however, any place, anywhere, the heart of the mother is so painful, yet she controls herself and smiles for the family, for the whole family to be happy in spite of all situations. Rakhina sakaina kahi sakajau. Now look at her condition. It is so very difficult to express. Now, can she say, Rakhi? Can she say, no, you stay back, you can't go. Rakhi na sakai. Na kahi sakajahu. She will not be able to say, okay, go. Look at the condition of the mother. Duhu bhati ura daruna dahu. That agony which she is feeling, experiencing, is so difficult. Daruna dahu. My God. Likhita sudhakar ga likhirahu vidhi gati bama sada sabakahu. When Vidhi had written, he was wanting to write Rakesha, that is the moon. Rakesha means moon. He wanted to write Rakesha, but instead he wrote Rahu. And who is Rahu? The demon who swallows the very moon itself. Isn't it lunar eclipse we see? Vidhigati bama sada. It was like, while he was writing, we say slip of the tongue. It was like slip of the pen, we may say. That he wrote, instead of Rakesha, he wrote Rahu. Dharma saneha ubhaya mati gheri. Look at the ways of creation. You will find the entire universe, in this entire world, there are always pairs of opposites. Nobody is exempted, please. If you say, why only pain comes to me, I should not have any pain, I should have only happy, then the best thing is go and die. Why? Only a dead body cannot express anything, experience anything. As a living being, we must understand. This is the very, very important lesson on this New Year's Day. Resolve yourself on this New Year's Day that we will understand the ways of life. Prakriti, dharma. What is that? Everything will have an opposite. Why? Pairs of opposites is equal to life. Whether you like it or not, want it or not, believe it or not, accept it or not, know it or not. Pairs of opposites exist. That is life. So if you say only pain comes to me, it is wrong. Only I am always happy. Honestly, it is wrong. Because pairs and opposites exist. That is the very life. Dharma saneha ubhayamati gheri. Opposites exist. And there is always, now coming to the context, it says, there is always a struggle between good and bad, pleasant, unpleasant, conducive, unconducive. Similarly, there is always a struggle between love, emotions, and reason. Emotions on one hand, reason on the other hand, play a vital role in the flight of this jivana, in this life. Both are equal. It is not that I should have less pain and more happiness, or more pain or less happiness. No, they are beautifully balanced. It is our mind that has to check. It is our mind that has to see and accept as it is, and not want what I only want. Because that is why Gurudev often says, I keep telling this again and again, you may never get what you desire, but you can never escape from what you deserve. What you deserve, you will get. Even though you don't want, you will get. What you deserve, many times you may not. What you deserve is, you may not get something. Whatever you plan, you will not get if you don't deserve. Think. Therefore, understand the truth. Dharma saneha ubhayamati gheri, bhayi gati sapachu chandari kheri. It is, what an example Tulsidasi gives. He says, Sap, serpent, Chuchandari kheri. It swallowed a particular, it is called as muskrat. It is not the regular rat, it is called as muskrat. It is one variety. And what happens when the snake swallows in a bit of this one, it goes and swallows the rat, it is caught into a dilemma. What is a dilemma? If the snake eats the rat, then the snake will die. If it throws out that rat, it will become blind. Don't ask me the reason and all that. I don't know all the scientific aspect of it or the biological aspect of it. This is one, aspect of Prakriti. If the snake swallows a muskrat, it can neither keep it inside, nor can it throw it out. That is the condition Kaushalya ji is in. It's a belief, but we all may not have seen, but that's a belief, and probably it is. Rakhamu sutahi karamu anurodhu. In case, now look at Kaushalya ji's judgment. Very many times we also misunderstand our mother's judgments. It appears not very compatible to our desire. But look at the mother's way of thinking. Her judgment, initially swayed. Like what? Should I ask him to stay back, or should I ask him to go? Dharamujayaru bandhu birodu. In her case, the very dharamujai, the sense of duty, is on one side. On the other is her affection. Aru bandhu birodu. If she sends away, she will lose her son to the forest for 14 years. And if she holds, the relations will start speaking bandhu birodu. Why? You have not followed dharma. Look at the condition of the mother. She can't send him, she can't hold him. Kahu jana banatau badi hani. If I allow him to proceed to the vana, it is a great loss. And sankata socha bivasa bairani. And she was completely perplexed. She was embarrassed. She was, she doesn't know how to handle the situation at that particular moment of emotional pressure, we may say. We cannot say emotional, any other word. Pressure is a right word to use. The queen, Kaushalya, Sankata Socha, she found herself faced with such a condition, Sankata. And at the same time, she is in absolute dilemma what to do. But you know what? You remember that Manu and Shatarupa, who wanted to beget Ramchandraji as their child, at that time when she wanted the Vara, she had asked, At no given period of time, my Viveka Shakti should be compromised. Meaning, my Viveka must be intact all the time, whatever the condition may be. I should not lose my Viveka Shakti. Now that you can see it here. You know how a Viveka works. This is a very important lesson to all of us, please. Please be very attentive. How we should relate ourselves with our children or with our parents or whomever we love the most. There should be enough attachment by which love is not lost. Please be attentive. There should be enough attachment so that love is not lost. At the same time, please be very attentive again, at the same time, there should be enough vairagya whereby viveka is not lost. Please be attentive. There should be enough attachment so that love is not lost. At the same time, there should be enough vairagya so that viveka is not lost. When love turns to become sentiments by which there is lot of attachment, then attachment becomes primary, viveka takes a back seat. There should be love, at the same time a very good element of vairagya whereby viveka shakti is not covered by that attachment. Viveka should not be lost. And this is exactly what we find. Both prema and viveka, both are not lost in Kaushalya ji. She enjoys that prema, she enjoys that, to a certain extent of vairagya. Now we may not call vairagya. Oh, okay, you are going to forest? Go. No. She is experiencing that pain. However, he acts as per her viveka. Therefore, we will find Kaushalyaji, this particular episode of Kaushalyaji is something so beautiful which teaches every woman, in fact men as well, how one should handle each one's mind, each one's intelligence, and beautifully balance both emotions and reason. Viveka, vairagya, this should be well balanced, by which we will remain at peace at all given period of time. Now see, Bahuri samujitiya dharamu sayani Ramu bharatu dovu suta samajani. If I hold my son and detain him, the moral code, the dharma will be given up, which is wrong. And not only that, if Rama stays back, everybody will speak. What? That dharma has not been followed. And it can also create what? Problem between the brothers. Therefore, Tiya Dharamu. Tiya means Stri. Tiya Dharamu is Stri Dharma. Ramu Bharatu Dovu Suta Samajani. Now, Kaushalyaji understands there is no difference between Rama and Bharata. Both are her sons only. Isn't it? So if Bharata takes the throne or Rama takes the throne, she has no problem. She is happy only. Why? Both are her sons. Sarala Subhavu Rama Mahatari. The pure-hearted Kaushalyaji. Sarala Subhavu Rama Mahatari, Rama's mother Kaushalyaji, is so guileless, so pure, so simple in her disposition. Boli bachana dhira dhari bhari. After regaining her consciousness, After realizing her duty as a Nari, she very, 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 very courageously, so beautifully speaks to Ramchandraji, Hey Tata, Jao Baliki Neunika. Your decision is well made. Your very well made decision, my child. Pituaya susaba dharma katika. At any given period of time, the father's commands are the most extreme, important, obligations, righteous. Father's decision. Therefore, follow father's command. Rajudena kahidina banu mohina so dukhalesu. Look at these words. She says, Mohi na sukhalesu. I am not at all worried. Whether you are given Ayodhya Rajya or you are given Vana Rajya, I have no problem. It doesn't, I am least worried about it. But what is the problem? Tumabinu bharatahi bhupatihi prajahi prachanda kalesu. Problem is, without you, hey Rama, Bharata cannot survive. That is the love between Bharata and Ramchandraji. That is the intense, almost single soul, two bodies. We give such statements, isn't it, in our Laukika Bhasha. They were like that. It is as though single soul and two bodies. How can each of them be separated? Similarly, Bhupatihi, even Maharaj Dasharatha, even he cannot survive without you, without seeing you. Prajahi, what about the people? Every person in Ayodhya is extremely attached to you. In fact, they are more attached than their own families. To that extent, everybody loves you. Prachanda Kalesu, it will be a terrible time for all of them to accept the fact that you have to go to forest for 14 years. Tulsi Daji continues. Jaun keval pitu aaya sutata, taun jani jahu jani badi mata, jaun pitu matu kahevu ban jana, taun kanan sat avadha samana, pitu ban deva matu ban devi, khag mrga charan saroruha sevi, अंतहु चित नृपहि बन बासु भय बिलोकिहि होई हरासु बड़ भागी बनु अवध अभागी जोर घुबंस तिलक तुम त्यागी जाऊं सुत कहूं संग मोहि लेहु तुमरे हृदय होई संदेहु पूत परम प्रिय तुम सबही के प्राण प्राण के जीवन जी के ते तुम कहूँ मातु बन जाऊ मैं सुनी बचन बैठी पछिताऊ यह विचारी नहीं करऊ हठ झूठ सनेहु बढ़ाई मानी मातु करनात बली सुरति बिसरी जनि जाई. हे ताता, my dear son, जाऊं केवल पितु आयसु. You must follow your father's command. ताऊं जनी जाहूं जानी बढ़ी माता. Then remember, why I am saying this? Now, if father says go to forest without mother's consent, look at the culture, be attentive. If father says go to forest without mother's consent, then you need not go. Why? A mother is any day higher up than the father. This is our sampradaya. This is our Sanatana Dharma. This is how it has to be. Mother is always higher. That is why we say Mata, Pita, Guru, Daivam. Mata is first. So if mother says don't go, then you can stay back listening to the mother. Jao pitu matu kahe wo ban jana. If mother and father, both of them tell that you should go to forest, taun kanana sata avadha samana. In that case, that forest is equivalent to Sata Avadha Samana. It is equivalent to hundreds of Ayodhyas put together. You have to go. And now, Kaikeyi. Now, this is another very beautiful part. Biologically, Rama's mother is Kausalya only. But Kaikeyi is another mother of Ramchandra ji who loves Rama more than Kaushalya herself. We all have seen. Isn't it? Therefore, she is also a mother. Oh God. Kausalya ji's episode, I tell you, one of the most beautiful. Look at the way analysis is done. If mother and father together say, go to the forest, you have no choice. Think. You have to go. That Viveka Shakti in Kaushalya ji, the balance which she had, there is suffering. You cannot say now Kaushalya, okay, my Viveka Shakti says you have to go. Go. No. She knows she doesn't want him to go. But look at the Viveka, look at the intelligence, look at the discriminative ability in her to withhold her desire for the sake of righteousness, for the sake of dharma, for the sake of Nari dharma. She says, go. And second point, at no given period of time, Kaushalya ji brought Ramchandra ji into Dharma Sankata. Because if she says stay back, no, mother's words are higher than father's words. She is also a mother. And she says, no. If they want to let them send Bharata, you stay back. Now Rama will be in Dharma Sankata. Why? Mother has asked him to stay back. Father has given word, therefore it is a promise that I have to take care, therefore I have to go. So Ramchandra ji will be in Dharma Sankata. One more point. She is giving Kaikeyi the same status as mother. She never thought Kaikeyi is not the biological mother. She is only a stepmother. She is not the biological mother. So I have a say on Rama. I will not talk about Bharata. Why should I say? That let them do whatever they want. Rama is my son, my biological son. He has to stay back. No. She treats Kaikeyi also at the same status of a mother, and she considers Rama as her son or Kaikeyi as his mother, and therefore when mother and father together they say, you have to go. How can any mother be like that? Pitu Banadeva, Matu Banadevi. She says, hey Rama, now you have no choice, you have to go. Now from now, the Devata of the forest is your father. And the Devi, the presiding Devi of the forest is your mother. Pitu Banadeva, Matu Banadevi. Khagamriga Charana Saroruha Sevi. All the Khaga, birds, Mriga, animals, bees, everybody, they are all waiting to serve you in the forest. Antahu uchitas nripahi banabasu. You know, At the end of life, one has to go to vana. Brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and then sannyasa. This is the way it has to be done. But at this young age, remember Rama was just around 17 years at that time. For you at this tender age, baya bilokihi hoi harasu. This is what fills my heart with agony. At this young age, you have to go to the forest. This is the time you have to enjoy the world. How many of our youngsters say, oh, I am youth now, I am a youngster now. This is the time I have to enjoy. Don't disturb me. Rama was 17 years. A time when he can bubble with lot of entertainment, joy, live in ecstatic pleasure. And it is at that time he has to go to the forest. That is what is filling my heart with so much of agony. Badabagi Banu Avadha Bhagi. Banu, forest, Badabhagi is extremely fortunate. And Avadha, Abhagi, Ayodhya, it is unfortunate for Ayodhya. Jo Raghuvamsa Tilaka Tuman Tyagi. And that Ayodhya which you are going to desert and you are going to the forest, oh Rama, how unfortunate is Ayodhya. How blessed are those forests. Jaun suta kahau sanga mohilehu. If I ask you, my son, to take me with you, mohilehu, you take me with you, then it is again a problem. Why? You might probably think, tumare hridaya hoi sandehu. You might probably think that I am bringing emotional, sentimental pressure in your heart. If you say, take me also, then you might stay back. Look at the agony in Kaushalyaji's heart. At the same time, look at the viveka in her intellect. She says, if I say I will also come, which I would love to, but if I say that, it will be an emotional pressure on your heart. So that you will say, no, I will stay back. If you stay back, it is against dharma. Therefore, tumare hridaya hoi sandehu, I will not put you into trouble. I will not put you into a spot. Puta parama priya tuma sabahike. You are supremely dear to everybody. Parama priya. You are extremely dear to everybody. Prana ke, jivana ke. You are the very life of the very life in everybody. मैं सुनी बचन बैठी पचितामो while I am rooted down here in my own seat, only, repenting, grieving, etc. Look at my condition. Yah bichari nahi karavu hatha. Realizing all this, I will withdraw myself and push in from pushing you. Jhoota sanehu badhai. I will not want to exaggerate my false love or something like that. I will set myself to Nari Dharma, Stri Dharma. Mani matu karat natha bali. I only pray. Look at this beautiful sentence. Surata bisari jani jai. Hey Rama, my request. Kaushalyaji tells Rama, my request, don't, remove me from your mind. I want to remain all the time in your heart. Please do that. You have to go, you go. But may I be all the time in your heart. Surati, Bisari, Janijai. Don't take me away from your heart. There is a very beautiful song. संभव है झंझटों से तुमको मैं भूल जाऊं, पर नात कहीं तुम ही मुझको ना बुला देना, भगवान मेरे नैया. Look at that prayer of Kaushalya ji. She says, don't give me away. I have to ask you to go, but you don't remove me from your heart. Keep me all the time. Deva Pitara Saba Tumahi Gosai. We will take this in the next session tomorrow. सियावर रामचंद्र की जय, पवन सुत हनुमान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, बोलो भाई सब संतन की जय, श्री सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय. ओम शांति शांति शांति. हरि ओम. श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः. हरि ओम. सद्गुरुनाथ महाराज की जय.